This is the story of a woman named Kathleen, who was a lawyer. One day, a girl named Polly comes to meet her. Polly used to work as a nanny, but the family she worked for has now moved out of town, leaving her without a job. Her landlord, however, isn't being understanding of her situation and has even raised the rent. So Polly comes to Kathleen for help. Kathleen comforts her, saying that everything will be fine. While talking, Polly notices that Kathleen is pregnant. Kathleen finishes the conversation, reassures Polly, and leaves. A few days later, Kathleen gives birth and becomes a mother. She was living happily with her small family, her husband Miguel, her daughter Emma, and her younger daughter Josie. But Kathleen was struggling to manage both her work and her family. Both of her children were very young, and she didn't know how to handle everything. She also had another concern. The road near her house was quite busy, and cars would speed past all the time. She constantly worried that her kids might get hurt someday. Her husband tried to assure her that everything would be okay, but Kathleen was really stressed. One day, while Kathleen was out shopping with her family, she ran into Polly again. Kathleen asked her how she'd been. It had been a long time since they last met. They started chatting, but Kathleen's daughter Emma kept asking her to hurry up, and Kathleen was trying hard to manage both of her kids. Polly noticed how overwhelmed Kathleen was and said, "You know I work as a nanny, right? If you'd like, I can come over in the evenings to help take care of the kids while you finish your office work." Kathleen really liked the idea, but she was hesitant to let someone into her home like that. Polly then explained that she had previously worked as a nanny for a woman named Rose, and Kathleen could speak to her for reference. Kathleen called Rose, who spoke very highly of Polly. After that, Kathleen discussed it with her husband Miguel, and he agreed that they did need a nanny. The next day, Polly came to work at their house, and she did her job extremely well. Emma and Josie are both very happy with Polly, and seeing that makes Mill and Kathleen feel relieved. Finally, their kids have found a good nanny. The next day, Kathleen's colleague and dear friend Stuart is coming over with his wife, so Kathleen decides she'll cook the entire dinner herself. Mill and Polly try to help her, but Kathleen tells them both to leave the kitchen. However, neither Kathleen nor Mill notice that Polly has added something into the soup. What did Polly mix in? Let's find out. That night, Stuart and his wife arrive at their house. Polly is there too. Mill and Kathleen have invited her to stay for dinner. Stuart also talks to Polly, asking who she is and where she's from. Polly tells everyone that she's very poor and that she can't live in such a big city anymore. She says she's planning to leave tomorrow and go back to her village. Hearing this, Kathleen feels a bit strange. She had just found such a perfect nanny, and now she's about to leave. But what can she do? Everyone really enjoys the soup. Dinner ends, but later that night, everyone in Kathleen's house starts feeling sick. Kathleen, Mill, Josie, and Emma, all of them fall ill. Kathleen has no idea what's going on. She blames herself, thinking maybe it's her fault since she made the soup, and she feels terrible that she can't take care of her children. She cries a lot, but Polly comforts her, saying everything will be fine, telling her not to take too much stress. "I'm here with you." Kathleen begins to think she could never find a better nanny than Polly, so she decides she won't let Polly leave. She'll let Polly stay in their outhouse, and Polly will now become a part of their family. Polly agrees to this, and everyone seems really happy. But is everything really as good as it looks? Is Polly truly that nice? Let's find out. As time passes, Emma enjoys spending time with Polly, but slowly Polly starts manipulating Emma, telling her things like, "Your mom isn't the person she pretends to be. She just loves to control everything. She doesn't know how to listen to anyone." And that's a really bad thing. Gradually, anger toward her mom starts growing in Emma's heart. Emma talks to her mother and tells her that she wants to be like Polly. Even Kathleen starts realizing that her husband and daughter, everyone, seems to be on Polly's side. But now Kathleen is getting furious, wondering how this new nanny who just came yesterday is trying to take charge of her house. Why is everyone listening to her? Kathleen begins to suspect Polly. She talks to her husband saying, "She's turning everyone against me. She's trying to separate my daughter from me." But Mel tries to calm his wife down. He tells her, "It's nothing like what you think. It just feels strange because someone new is living with us after such a long time. You know how stubborn Emma's been since childhood, and if Polly is handling her well, you're just feeling jealous about it. But don't worry, she's taking good care of your daughter." Kathleen also starts thinking that maybe she's just misunderstanding things. As time passes, Polly slowly becomes closer to the family. Mel starts liking her, and Emma can't spend even a single moment without Polly, not even Josie. Seeing this, Kathleen feels terrible, wondering how this nanny is slowly claiming her place in the family. Somewhere deep down, she starts to feel that Polly must have some motive. Why did she really come into this house? But the poor woman doesn't have any proof. Time passes, and now it's New Year's Eve. Mel takes the whole family out to watch fireworks so the kids can have fun. Everyone enjoys it a lot. But as soon as they return home, they hear the sound of fireworks coming from Emma's room. Everyone rushes there. Kathleen asks Emma, "Who gave you these fireworks?" Before Emma can say anything, Polly quickly says, "I'm sorry, I accidentally gave them to her. I thought she'd like them." Hearing that makes Kathleen furious. She yells at Polly, "Get out of my house! How dare you give my daughter fireworks? Something terrible could have happened. There could have been an accident. You won't stay in this house another day." On one hand, Kathleen was trying to throw Polly out of the house, while on the other hand, Emma and Michelle were trying to stop her. Seeing this made Kathleen even angrier, and she finally threw Polly out. Polly left, but now Emma was very upset with Kathleen. She completely stopped talking to her because Kathleen had kicked Polly out. Kathleen tried to explain to Michelle that Polly was doing all this on purpose, that she wasn't as nice as she pretended to be. She told him that Polly was planning something bad and that she could feel it, but Michelle didn't believe her. Even Emma was angry with Kathleen. Now Kathleen decided that she would expose Polly's true face in front of everyone. But to do that, she'd have to invite Polly back into her house. So she went to Polly's place, apologized to her, and brought her home again. Emma and Michelle were really happy to see that, but Kathleen secretly called her friend Stuart and asked him to find out who Polly really was. Stuart, being a close friend, agreed to help. He went into Polly's room to look around, hoping to find something. In Polly's trash, he found some papers, and as he was leaving with them, Polly suddenly showed up. Stuart quickly apologized, saying he entered by mistake, but Polly had already realized that he had discovered something. While Kathleen was watching Polly slowly take control over her house, Stuart continued digging for information about her, and finally he found out the truth. After that, Stuart called Polly and asked her to meet him. Why Polly? Why not Kathleen? Patience. You'll find out soon. A huge twist is about to unfold. On one hand, the state had already learned something, and on the other hand, Kathleen couldn't just sit idle. She decides to find out about the woman Polly used to work for. That is Roseanne. Eventually, she discovers that a woman named Roseanne runs a rehab center. Kathleen goes to meet her and asks, "What was Polly like? How did she behave with your children?" She tries to find out everything she can about Polly. Roz then tells her, "Polly never worked for me. She came here as a patient. Polly was an addict, and I helped her overcome her addiction at this rehab center. Later, Polly promised me she'd never do such a thing again. One day she asked me if a woman named Kathleen ever calls, I should tell her Polly worked for me. That way she could get a job." Hearing this, Kathleen gets furious. How could Polly lie to her like that? And now she finally had proof. She goes to Mikhail and tells him everything. That Polly lied, she never worked for Roseanne. But Mikhail still refuses to believe anything against Polly. He tries to calm Kathleen down and says, "Maybe she lied just to get the job. But look at how well she takes care of our kids. Don't overthink this. Polly's a good person." Kathleen feels torn and confused about what to do next. Meanwhile, far away from all this, Polly goes to meet Stuart. Stuart tells her, "I know everything now. Your real name isn't Polly, it's Rebecca, and you're from the same town Kathleen came from. I also know what happened to Kathleen there. Her real name isn't Kathleen, it's Jennifer. When Jennifer was a child, she burned down a house, and everyone inside died. The only survivor was Rebecca. Rebecca's father, mother, and sister were all killed. Jennifer told everyone that Rebecca's father was trying to kill her, and that she accidentally set the house on fire while trying to save herself. Everyone believed her. Then Jennifer moved away from that town, changed her name to Kathleen, and started a new life here. And you, Rebecca, came here to take revenge on Jennifer, who now goes by Kathleen. Polly realizes that Stuart has found out everything. She asks him, "What are you going to do next?" Stuart explains to her, Let go of all this revenge stuff. I'll talk to Kathleen. She'll apologize to you, and if you want money, she'll give you that too. But please, just leave from here. Polly pretends to agree with Stuart, saying, "All right, you're right. I'll do what you say." But then, taking advantage of the moment, Polly kills Stuart and erases all the evidence. Later that night, Kathleen finds out that Stuart is in the hospital, and she immediately realizes Polly is behind it. She tries to convince the police officer that Polly attacked Stuart, but no one believes her. Kathleen becomes furious. She can't stand having Polly in her house for even a second. She tries to force Polly out of the house. Emma and Michael try to stop her, but Kathleen doesn't listen to anyone. In the chaos, Emma gets hurt. Now Kathleen's whole family has turned against her, and even the police decide to separate her from her family for a few days. After several days, Kathleen finally meets her daughter again. That day, Emma has a basketball game. She tells her mom, "Polly isn't as bad as you think she is. You know what? I found something in her room." She shows her a newspaper headline. An entire family was killed, and only one daughter survived, Rebecca. Emma tells her mom, "See, Polly is an orphan. That's why she wanted to stay with our family." Poor Emma had no idea what she had just handed her mother. Seeing that article, Kathleen finally understands who Polly really is. The basketball match begins with Maul and Emma playing, and Kathleen returns home. At home, only Polly and Josie are there. Kathleen apologizes to Polly and explains, "Your father was trying to kill me. What else could I have done?" But Polly doesn't believe Kathleen. She only wants revenge. How will she get it? Polly tells Kathleen, "You know what? I'll take your whole family from you. And what do you think? I'll leave them alive. I'll make them suffer and kill them, one by one. But first, I'll kill you." Saying that, Polly attacks Kathleen. Kathleen somehow pushes Polly away, grabs Joshie, and runs. On one hand, Kathleen's life is in danger. On the other, Mikkel sees that Kathleen is nowhere to be found and assumes she's probably gone home. He takes Emma and heads home, where Kathleen is trying to get Joshie away. Polly is now desperate to kill Kathleen by any means. She tries to smash the window of Kathleen's car. Remember that stretch of road where cars go by very fast? A car comes by, hits Kathleen's car, and Polly falls down. By then, Mal and Emma have arrived, and they too see Polly's true form. Polly doesn't survive. She dies. Mal even apologizes to his wife for not believing her. Kathleen thinks everything is finally all right. Is it really all over? Because the story then takes us to Emma, and Emma is slowly starting to become like Polly. Or should I say, is Polly's spirit coming to possess Emma? Maybe there will be a part 2. What do you think? Let me know in the comments section, and subscribe to this channel for more stories like this.